Hi, I'm Jayme Lewis, and welcome back to thebassist.net. Today we're going to continue forward in this little series that I've been doing called 5 Minutes to Better Bass, where I'm just going to share little pieces of advice that I've learned over the years that are not only going to help you get the gig, but also to keep the gig. And the best part is, all of this stuff you can do today. You don't need to go home and practice, and it's only going to take 5 minutes. So don't go anywhere. You know you're going to want to see this. Now, before we get too far into this, I just want to make sure I say a big thank you to my friends at GHS Strings for making this video possible. GHS has been making the baddest strings on the planet since 1964, right out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. I highly recommend you check out their precision flats and also the bass boomer. It's got a low mid punch that's going to work in any genre. So definitely go check them out at ghsstrings.com and be sure to tell them that Jayme sent you. All right, 5 minutes on the clock starting now. So the first thing I'm going to do is share with you just a really quick tech tip. All right, now we've all experienced this before. You're on stage and you're tuning up and it's almost in tune, but it keeps wavering back and forth. So you tighten it up a little bit, but now it's too sharp. So you slightly loosen the string and now it's way too flat. All right, so now you got to tighten it up a little bit and round you go, just chasing your tail. Well, here's a simple workaround, okay? Start by dropping the string drastically. Make it flat by, I don't know, maybe a half step or so. And then slowly tighten the string up. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you're on the money or you're a little bit sharp. And in that case, here's what I want you to do, all right? Assuming these aren't brand new strings, all you need to do is just pinch the string. Now don't pinch too much because then you're going to put the string entirely out of tune and you'll be back to where you started again. And what you're going to do is you're going to release just enough tension to take that sharp note and get it perfectly in tune. Okay, now here's a practice tip for you. And no, there's nothing wrong with your screen. This is actually something that I want you to try out in your next practice session, which is practicing with your eyes closed. Because a lot of us rely on our vision when playing music, even though music is not a visual art. It's an oral art form, right? So why do we need to look at our hands in order to play sometimes? Now, you might think that this doesn't really make much of a difference, so go ahead and try it. Play a passage that requires you to shift, right? Not where you can stay in the same place the whole time. Something that starts at the lowest part of the neck and works its way up. And then play it again, but this time with your eyes closed or with the lights turned off or with a blindfold over your eyes. I guarantee you're going to find it to be just a little bit more difficult. Now, of course, I am not suggesting that you should never play with your eyes open or it's bad to look at your fingers and look at your fingerboard while you're playing. I'm not saying that at all, but I am saying that sometimes we can get too glued to the instrument visually and it causes us to get in our own way. And it's also a good idea to try this because, as we all know, when we handicap one of our senses, the other ones tend to perk up. So I've noticed personally that when I close my eyes or when I wear a blindfold and I play the bass, I play it differently. I can hear things better, or I can play with more intent or with more instinct. Sometimes I just feel more creative or that my muscle memory has improved. And other times I just notice things that I didn't notice before. Now, granted, this might be a little difficult the first couple times you do it, but here's the thing, that's just your brain playing a trick on you. It's gonna sound the same no matter whether you're looking at it or not. Your eyes actually have nothing to do with the scenario. Your fingers know what to do. Your hands know where to go. So give this one a try, okay? I guarantee you're going to work wonders for your ears and for your muscle memory. And also, studies have shown this time and time again, that this actually causes a massive improvement and development for your brain. So all around, this is a great thing to try. In fact, I recommend you try it elsewhere, not just in the practice room.
What? Wait, hold on, wait. I'll be right there.
Oh! Okay, so maybe not. everywhere. Here's a production tip for you. Let's say that you're having a hard time getting your bass to translate in the room, or it's just not sitting in the mix just right. Try this out. Try boosting or cutting the plucking frequency. Of course, depending on the particular bass that you're playing, or just the way that you're attacking it, or which technique you're using, you can find these frequencies anywhere from as low as like 700 hertz up to maybe 1.2 or 1.5K.
I can see clearly how I'm blind to all I've known, to all I've known. I can feel all the walls that have grown around my soul, around my soul. I'm in the darkness searching for an open door.
This lets you leave the body of your bass alone, right? We're not going to touch the low end and boost that to make things muddier and less distinct. And then it just helps the attack poke through. So this is a great trick for when your bass is getting buried by all the guitars or all the keys in the track. And I guarantee it's going to help you sit in the mix better. And that's actually all the time we have for today's 5 Minutes to Better Bass. Thanks again to GHS for making this video possible. Go check them out at ghsstrings.com. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button over here. And if you really like what I do, then come hang out with me at thebassist.net by clicking on this button down here. Also, be sure to check out The Bassist Podcast. New episodes go up each and every week. And until next time, stay well, and I'll see you again here at thebassist.net.